Yo, it's your boy WesTheTech here to bring you another one of my personal favorite tech tips to help you as an artist growing your craft. Now today we're going to be discussing Tunecore and how they just recently announced their new prices when it comes to their services, all right? So if you've been following me and just watching my channel for some time now, you'll know that I have been strongly against Tunecore as a music distribution company. And the reason I was always against them was because I felt they were the most expensive distribution company out there because they actually used to charge you per album release and actually charge you per single. So every time you released a single, you had to pay an amount. Every time you wanted to release an album, you also had to pay an amount. Versus other companies where you just pay one yearly fee, all right, and you could release as many things as you want, all right? Tunecore was really the only company that was literally charging you per distribution, all right? So if you're an artist who, distributes a lot of music at once or distribute a lot of music throughout the year, all right, then Tunecore was the worst option because I think it was like $10 per single release versus something like Distrokid that's only $30 for the whole year. Tunecore, you release 3 songs, you already spent $30. You do 4, then you're well over what you would have got unlimited with Distrokid. So that's why I was always against Tunecore. I actually made a video about how Tunecore is robbing you as far as robbing your money when it comes to music distribution. If you haven't watched that video and want to check it out, you can go ahead and click on the link above. But really, honestly and truly, that video doesn't even matter anymore. The reason for it is because Tunecore has announced their new prices when it comes to their services. And this is actually pretty exciting because when it comes to Tunecore, the only downside really that they had was their pricing, all right? They have one of the best integrations when it comes to, getting your money quickly, when it comes to, just everything. Tunecore is really great. Again, the only downside to it, in my opinion, for all of these years was the prices. It was just too expensive, all right? But it seems like what Tunecore has now done is they have now streamlined their prices to compare to other distribution companies, all right? So things like what Distrokid and Ditto and United Master and all of these other music distribution companies offer, it looks like Tunecore has now changed and made their pricing very similar to those other distribution companies, all right? And in this video, I'm actually go over all of those prices with you, all right? So just to jump right into it, the first one we're gonna talk about is the new artist plan, all right? This is the very first plan that they offer, and as you can see, this plan is a free plan, all right? But one thing that is interesting about this free plan right here is that they're only letting you release your music on social platforms, all right, social media platforms, all right, like Facebook, like TikTok, YouTube, including the YouTube content ID and the official artist page, all right? Now, this is a free option, just like some other distribution companies have free options, all right? And yes, they are going to take a cut of your royalty. You're only going to be getting 80% of your royalty while they will keep the other 20%, all right? Now, for this option in particular, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't like it at all. I don't care about it much because even though it's a free option and they do get it on your social media platforms, they don't put it anywhere on any of the streaming platforms, all right? Now, I understand the era we're in. I know the impact of social media and how big it is and everything like that. But Spotify, Apple Music, and all of those things are still the primary source that people listen to music, all right? So if you're not distributing your music or having your music on those things, you're doing yourself a disservice when it comes to your music career, all right? So this option is not really something that I was happy about or really cared for because there are other companies that have a free option. They also take 20%, but they will actually put your music on Spotify, Apple Music, and things like that, all right? So that's why for me, this plan in particular, I thought it made no sense, really. Now, the second option, though, this is the one that, really had my eyebrows raised. And that second option is the rising artist plan, all right? Now, this plan is the one that's more similar to what we have out there with Distrokid and Ditto, all right? This plan right here, you have unlimited releases to the streaming platforms. So the Spotify's, the Apple Music, all right, the Deezer, the Amazon Music, the Tidal, all of those different stores. Over 150 stores, all right? So this is the one that's more similar to those other companies. And as you can see, it's 100% in royalties paid out, just like it would be for those other companies. But the crazy thing about this is the price point of this one is actually cheaper than everywhere else. This is actually only $14.99, all right? So currently speaking, once Tunecore actually makes this change, all right, Tunecore will literally be the cheapest music distribution platform when it comes to pricing, which I'm like, oh my gosh, about freaking time, all right? Now, don't get me wrong, it's not that much cheaper, but it is cheaper, all right? Because when you look at Distrokid and Ditto, you're looking at $19 a year for these versus Tunecore, it's only $14.99, so it's $15. So you save $5. It's not a big difference, but you save it. So if you may have Ditto or Distrokid already and you prefer to save there, you're only missing out on $5 a year, all right? So it's not that big of a deal, in my opinion. But if we're talking straight numbers, it is cheaper, all right? So with this option, like I said, you will have it on those streaming platforms, all right? But there are some other plans and some better plans that they do have besides this one. So I'm going to go to the next one. The next plan will be the Breaking Artist plan, all right? Now, this plan right here it has the first plan as far as the social media stuff and the Rising plan as far as the streaming stuff all combined. Meaning they will release it on everything, basically, everything that your music can collect streams from, all right? Yes, it's 100%, just like the Rising plan, but with the Breaking plan, what makes it a tier above the Rising plan, besides the fact that it has both social media and streaming, it also gives you access to Tunecore's automator system. Now, long story short, what that system is anytime there's a new distribution company, they'll actually just add your music to the distribution company as soon as it comes out. Like other companies do this too. DistroKid definitely does this. Before Deezer came out, all right, I had already signed up for it. As soon as Deezer came out, they immediately put my music on Deezer. That's basically what this feature is. Anytime a new streaming platform comes out, they're just going to automatically put your music on there. That's why it's called the automator, all right? It's a cool feature to have, all right? It's not that big of a deal, as far as overall. But when we're looking at the breaking prices, the breaking pricing is $29.99, all right? So this is, obviously this is more expensive when you're looking at, when you're, comparing it to Ditto or DistroKid, all right? But that, if you're looking for, that feature and things like that, then of course the breaking would be the best option for you, all right? Then the last plan that they have, because, when it comes to all these services, they always have the ultra plan, the most extravagant, just like gas prices, which are very high right now. But, you have the regular, the unleaded, and then you have the premium. Well, this is their premium plan. It's the professional plan, all right? Now, as they stated with their announcement, this plan in particular is more catered to, record labels. It's more catered to managers and, artists that, just need all of that extra stuff, all right? So, of course, they're just going to have everything the other three plans have. They have all the extra promotional opportunities and all of this extra stuff, all right? But the biggest thing that this plan has that the other plans don't have, in my opinion, the most important thing is that you could actually have other artists as part of this professional plan, which is why I think they said that it's catered more towards labels. But the only thing is when you do choose this plan, you have to pay an additional amount for each artist that's added to the plan, all right? So the plan by itself is $49.99, all right? So it's $50 to have this plan. But if you want to add another artist to this plan, you're going to have to pay another $14.99, and that artist will have the Rising plan. You as the main artist will have the professional, but they will only have the features that come with the Rising. You understand what I'm saying? So it's pretty good, but this is where DistroKid would beat it out, because DistroKid, you could pay for the label plan and have as many artists you want, and there's no extra charge or anything for it. So long story short, if we're looking at all of these different plans, the only plan that, in my opinion, is worth looking at is the Rising artist plan. All right, that plan is the plan that is like, okay, this is the plan that I could see people really gravitating to the most. All right, the breaking plan is like, the professional plan, I get it. We always have to have that option for the overachievers and things like that. I get it. All right, the free plan, I don't care for it at all. Yes, we need social media, but I don't just want to have my music on social media. I also want to have it on Spotify and Apple Music and all of those things too. All right, so the only plan that we're really looking at, especially if you're an artist who hasn't chosen a distribution company yet, all right, and you're new to this and you're thinking about which distribution company to pick, Tunecore is now an option. I can finally say that it's now an option outside of Distrokid and Ditto. All right. Of course, I don't deal with any of the other ones. You know, I made plenty of videos of why I wouldn't particularly choose the other ones. All right. But the two that I usually swear by is the Ditto and the Distrokid. I can feel confident now to add Tunecore to that list if everything comes out the way that they're saying it. Now, of course, it's they just made the announcement. It's not fully out yet, so I don't know all the extra details that might be incorporated with it. Things could shift, things could be adjusted from now until it actually comes out. There might be some extra additional perks that we don't know about yet that they haven't announced, and all of those different things. All right, but from what it's looking like as far as just price point wise, if the price don't change, Tunecore is now a good option when it comes to choosing a music distribution company. All right, but you know, feel free to give me your thoughts. You know, leave comments on the comment section below if you have any questions about the new Tunecore plans. All right, if you have any question about the other distribution companies or any questions about, you know, music business, music industry tips, whatever, feel free to reach out to me. You know, I'm here to empower you as an independent artist, and that's what I do. All right, but either way, I hope this video helped when it comes to your decision making. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Follow his place with accent, O's like whoa, buddy, I'ma do my thing. Cream of the crop.